But since the beginning of the 21st century, the spectacular rise of digital technologies like the internet and video games have brought a fresh wave of fears in their wake. In the United States, exposed to digital media for longer, surveys of reading habits back up these concerns. In 2007, the prestigious National Endowment for the Arts published a major survey that showed that in the United States, book sales have stagnated. Reading was at risk, the report concluded, with severe consequences for American society. Most worryingly, among young adults, there were marked falls in reading proficiency. The steepest declines were in reading for literary experience, meaning exploring themes, characters and settings. And that's the reading that matters.
And in talking about the importance of books, I wanted to start with this single scene from Anna Karenina, the Tolstoy novel. And I don't know how many people have read it, but there's this fantastic scene about 3/4 of the way through, where Anna has run off and had her affair with Vronsky, and her husband has insisted that she send the child back to Moscow. And Anna is absolutely devastated by the idea that she's going to lose her son. And she wants to unburden herself to her lover, to Vronsky. And she thinks about doing this. And then she realises that if she tells Vronsky about how she's feeling, this terrible, dismissive look will pass across Vronsky's face. And she knows that once she's seen that look, even for a second, she won't be able to love him anymore. And it's about 5 lines of writing. And we realise in that moment how much this affair really hasn't got her anywhere. We realise that there's really no future in it. And most tragically of all, of course, we realise that Anna realises all of that. And when you read those 5 lines, you sort of wonder about Tolstoy. You wonder how he can see into the human heart with such acuity and how he can describe it so perfectly. But it's also, you get this really intense desire to embrace Anna and to hold her tight. And it's such a curious feeling because by this point in the novel, we don't even like her that much. She's a pretty stuck-up princess in a way. She's certainly from a different century to us, a different continent to us, a different social class to us. She's a Russian aristocrat. And yet we just want to cuddle her close. We want to hug her close and share her pain. And it's a great example of what books do, of this way that they are like a gymnasium for empathy. By reading, we strengthen our muscles for empathy, for understanding what other people think and believe from different centuries, from different social classes, different sorts of people all the time. Social media allows us to create these worlds in which we are at the very centre. It's like a pre-Copernican world in which we are the centre and the universe rotates around us. We create these worlds in which we're surrounded by people we've elected to be our friends on Twitter or Facebook. Our favourite bands are all lined up around us. Our favourite politicians are lined up around us. We are entirely at the centre of this world that we've created, which is all about us.
These vox pops don't add up to scientific evidence, and they don't reflect the intensely social and often cooperative nature of much online gaming. But according to Greenfield, if people choose to play games rather than read, they might lose that single most powerful effect of reading: empathy.